Welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna got some more stuff in, so we're going to continue the build on this 10-2 of mine. Got a few more parts in. We're actually going to start modifying the frame today. I feel like get a few components done. I got some mounts in, some different things like that. Still waiting on. I got one more order coming from China. It should be here probably in the next 7-10 days. Once I get that in, we will be good to go. Alright. Well, let's see what goodies we've got in. My friends over my good place RPP Hobbies there sent me a nice package. I love their 2-day shipping. It's amazing. You get stuff rapidly. First thing they sent me was a Vanquish light bar. It's the Vanquish Rigid 6-inch light bar. We're going to mount her across the front of this. Yeah, I already have the package open. I'm going to play with it. Comes with some little mounts for it. We're not going to use these though, I'll show you why. Comes with some nice instructions. Put those aside, that's garbage. Lots of little screws. And of course those mounts. So this light bar is going to mount here, and I got to figure out how I'm going to do. I've got a light bar cover on my JKU, and I'm going to try to figure out some way of making a scaled version of that, along with the Aerolids cover. Don't know if that'll be possible, but we are going to try. So yeah, so I got this light bar in. What else do we have? I couldn't decide on what lighting controller I want to go with. I do want to have like the turn lights and stuff like that. I was ordering the other day and I was like $15 short of having free shipping. So I picked up this RC 4-wheel drive lighting controller. It comes with the remote. I may or may not use this. We'll see. Or I may swap it out. I've already got another remote from my Warren Winch controller, so I don't mind necessarily having an extra remote, but we'll see. We'll hook it up and go from there. So we got that in. Decided going with King off-road shocks. I've heard some different people say good, bad things about this, but one of the biggest things I've heard people say is to ditch the oil that is in these and use some Team Associated green slime. So I picked up a tube of green slime. I've still got to do some more research and see about these, but I went with a 70mm because Knights Customs, who 3D printed a part I'm going to show you that came in too, recommends that you use these 70mm shocks, not just like King, but 70mm. These, of course, are not scaled to my Jeep. It does not have Kings on them yet. But because of the way these SCX 10-2s are set up with coilovers, you don't really have an option going springs and shocks. You're going to have to go this route. So, I got these in. Also from RC 4-wheel drive, I got a set of assortment springs that allow me to change the shocks and how they react to stuff. I don't know which ones of these we'll go with. I gotta do some research, try to figure out. We'll probably do some messing around with it. But I got them, so I can have some adjustments in that capability. Alright. So let's see. The next goodie that we got here is a Savox high voltage 7.4 waterproof high torque servo. This is going to be the new steering servo, and then the Tactic that's on it will go to ship the 2-speed transmission for now, and then when I get to the point with Brooks Jeep that I need the Tactic servo for it, I will put out a Savox and the shift servo. But one for now. So we got that. We also got in some Tamiya surface primer for the body. I'm going to use this adhesion promoter. And then I got some Tamiya clear coat. So the goal is this week to start painting and get this body painted up. I also got in some Vanquish products, Poison Spider JK LED light bar mounts. So these, in combination with my Ridge light bar, are going to go on there to hold that. So I'm going to use these instead of these. At least this is the plan. Who knows? Hopefully they mount up. I have no idea. I got some Tamiya masking tape. Some more Tamiya masking tape. I also got in this, which is going to be interesting. Hopefully it works and does what I'm trying to achieve. It's got built-in shock mounts, which is interesting. I don't know how these will hold up. I may end up modifying this and doing something different for the shock towers. We're gonna bolt this on today, and we'll see how it goes. This mount is the side it bolts on the frame rails. I can show you. So, Brooke's birthday party was yesterday, so we got her frame rails. So we can start building that. So we take these out of package. This is going to mount back here. I believe some set of these holes it mounts up to. And this will be for the body mount. Bolts up to here, gets rid of the shock towers, your shock mounts to this. So I had to go 70mm shocks. And then, nope, hold on, there we go. So yeah, this Knight's Customs mount, 3D printed for this China JK body. Like I said, it mounts to the frame rail in the back and eliminates your shock towers. And then this piece gets glued to here, like this. And then what happens, I'm just gonna glue these in, they're just in here with, they just popped out. But we're gonna take these neodymium magnets and we're going to use some shoe goo and we're going to mount them inside of the Jeep. So we're gonna mount these in here with some shoe goo. We're gonna start dismantling the SCX-10 RTR and start putting some of these components in now. I got these, I got those rails, still waiting on the battery relocators, still waiting on the front servo mount and the skid plate that'll actually allow me to get this thing trans inside of it. But let's start there. All right. That's the magnetic side, and that side like that. Okay, good. Some sheet goo. Why is this stuff going everywhere? I'm getting glue all over my mat. These magnets, as you can tell, are strong. They definitely jump. Now I'm going to get a toothpick. I want to get the extra glue out. So I'm gonna just get the extra glue out with a toothpick. I wanted to do that so it can take and dry. It doesn't have a beveled edge, so the other magnet sticks to it good. Okay, that one glued up. Now, you definitely want to make sure that you got your magnets facing the right way before you go glue them into the other half, because if they're opposing poles, it won't, so that side's gonna go in. They won't attach together. So definitely verify which way your magnets need to be before you go gluing them in, or you will be removing them and redoing them. So now that we know which way this one's got to sit, a little more goo. Like that. Can you get me a paper towel, please? Thank you. I'm just going to clean her up a little bit. Try to make it as smooth as possible, that way it nope. I may have already screwed this up. So, there's that one. Yep, I did. So remember I just told you to make sure the magnets are facing the right way? Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Browns were upset on that last fourth down play, and Ronnie Stanley was not called for a false start, and they've got a legitimate gripe.
There he is there. He's going to move just a little early with the threat of Myles Garrett on the outside.
Still no accepted penalties against the Ravens today. Browns offense goes back to work with Carlos up the middle for a 4-yard gain. One thing the Browns talked a lot about this week was finishing games. They were in position last week in Oakland. They were up 8 in the fourth quarter. They were able to come back and win overtime.
There.
Such a young team, especially, that it's hard to put these games away. That's what they're trying to do right here. 11 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Second down and 6. They back on the drive. To the chains. That's good for a Cleveland first down. Jimmy Young on the tackle.
Carlos Hyde has that little mini hesitation jump step move where he's let his offensive line get engaged, start their blitz, and then he
Seat
finds
that
out
down in there, just like that. I may have to do a little bit of clean up on the goo, but we're gonna let that dry. Alright, so we've got that gooed up. We're going to set this apparatus aside to dry. And next, I think we're going to. Breaking my skin. I'm going to start doing some swaps in this body. I wish I had the skid plate, don't have that yet though. Well, I guess we can start by taking these off. ESC, I'm not going to bother putting on those new rails that fit the China body. Reason being, I couldn't decide if I wanted to pull the motor off the other transmission. And then I decided, well, I'm going to need a motor for her Jeep anyway. So, I want to build once, not twice, 6 times, etc. So I finally decided I'm going with a Mamba X waterproof controller and a 2700K brushless motor. I can't remember what the hobby shop picked. The guy at the hobby shop helped me pick out the motor. It's one of the good crawling motors. So he says I'll have to. I'll post it when I get it. Should be in. It was back ordered till the 5th. I'm thinking with that, having that 2-speed transmission and then that brushless, I think I should really get the gearing and the speed that I want. I may end up changing axle gears or something. Not really sure. However, I do know, it's got the AR44s, but if the increase in what I'm doing, if I start blowing gears and breaking parts with that motor and this combination of stuff, the 2-speed trans, then what I'll probably do is pull these AR44 axles out, and that's what I'll use in Brooks Jeep, because they're perfectly good axles. However, with the increased power that I'm putting in this to get more torque for crawling, I have a feeling, now I don't know if I'm going to drink the Vanquish Kool-Aid and go with Portals. $400 for an axle set's kind of ridiculous to me. I've heard about the Boom Racing fat axles. They're supposedly pretty good. I'll probably look in those unless I can find a set of Portals used. The only thing I don't like about the Portals is I want to keep the off-center front diff. You know, that's how it is in Jeeps, stuff like that. So I'd like to get an off-center front diff. We'll see. Obviously, eventually I'm going to replace the differentials because I need diffs for hers, and I do need links for hers. So I just want to get through the body process, get the body on, make it drivable again because I'm dying to drive it. And unfortunately, this part, because I want to get the body on so bad, this part of the build, it's pretty much just been down for the last week or so. It'll be down at least another week until I get in the package from China. There's nothing I can do about that. I need that battery tray and stuff like that to achieve that. So what I'm doing right now is just opening up this waterproof box. I'm going to remove the electronics from here. This is my Futaba radio. Now I'm pulling the electronics because of the fact that again, I'm not going to use this ESC on this Jeep, so I might as well go ahead and remove it. And then I don't have to worry about messing up the stock trans. I can bolt it to her body and be good to go. As soon as I get the skid plate, I'll be able to have half of that together, literally. And then I'll be able to, the ultimate is to go on that one will be to take and put the China JK body, not the JKU, on it and make it a scaled or a 1-to-1 blue 14 JK. Actually, the SCs are good, they're cheap, but she had a good run for a month, and now it's time to move on to better things. So we're gonna remove my Futaba. I was telling you I put in Futaba. It's the R34 SB. It came with that 4PXR limited receiver that I picked up. Now, got to dismantle this stuff. So I need an extension. What's that? Oh, it's in here. I hate to take the links out of here, but at the same time, without that skid plate, I can't mount it to hers. And, well, this skid plate's useless to me, so maybe I'll just disconnect the links too. Let's take this one off. Okay. So pull that wire out from in there. Okay, there's that. So, yeah, I guess we're going to take the links out of this. Might as well. I'm just going to put, since I got that second set of stainless screws, we're going to put stainless in her, so I might as well just keep it. Yes, I'm a Browns fan, so I am watching the Browns game. That's why I keep looking over. It's kind of lazy Sunday, it's raining. I figured, you know what, I got these mods in, I've been staring at them. They come in like 2 or 3 days ago, all these extra parts. So, I was dying to do a little work on her. I decided, you know what, perfect weather for it. I'm going to go ahead and start on it.
Against the Browns. This one makes it 1st and 20. Let's see who gets rid of it to Njoku to the 22-yard line, where C.J. Mosley makes the tackle.
It's real sloppy with all these links disconnecting. So it'd be interesting trying to work on the build itself now.
That penalty is declined. Third down.
We'd like to welcome those of you who are watching the Jaguars take on the Chiefs. Andrew Cadillac, James Lofton, John Shriffen here in Cleveland. The first home start for Baker Mayfield. And his Browns had a 9-6 lead on the Baltimore Ravens. Mayfield was 18 of 28 for 224 yards passing, a touchdown,
So
and
this
an
one.
interception.
Now it's going to mention also.
Ravens trying to get the ball back. It's 4th and 12 with Browns from their own 22-yard line.
Do they pressure? Do they drop out? Drop out.
Oh,
Mayfield steps up, throws
well, that's not going to work. So there's no way.
complete. Anthony Levine got his hands
Plastic piece. Okay.
on a big play by the Ravens defender. Out comes the runner, Britton Colquitt.
A little bit of pressure. Baker Mayfield climbs the pocket and on the run. Just want to get that ball up and open. You got your receiver. You're trying to
I'll figure that one's attached to it too.
you don't want to lead him.
Okay.
Maybe run it into danger.
Colquitt punting to Tim White's a short punt. White moves up to the 34-yard line, catches it in stride, and White making some moves. Still flags are back. And the Ravens fans with a sarcastic cheer, because if you just joined us, the Ravens have not been penalized today. Browns will be called for 10 penalties. It appears this will be the first against Baltimore. Very smart fans here in Cleveland. They know exactly the situation.
And this is a big penalty because it goes all the way back to where they
Well, at least if I can't figure out how to put it back together, I'm going to have videos to hopefully tell me.
3-yard return.
Okay, so this is like this.
Kenny Young had a block in the back as the referee today, Clay Martin, trying to sort this out with his crew.
Yeah, the fans don't like the time that it's taken to get this call done. They're going to turn. They're going to walk in the back. Receiving team, number 40. 2-yard penalty for the spot on foul. First down.
And a huge cheer from the fans here in Cleveland. The first penalty today against the Ravens. It comes with 4:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Something to keep in mind. There has been at least one overtime every week this year. There's never been at least one overtime game in the first 5 weeks of the season. Could be headed in that direction as Joe Flacco gets the ball back down by 3.
I think that the Ravens got a little lucky on this because there were several blocks that looked like they were in that. And the one block
For now, I'm going to put these
was the most.
rock guards and stuff on this other chassis. If these, since Brooks will be having the, she'll be getting the China JK body too. If these Team KYX rock sliders work better for everything, then I'll end up just picking up a set of those for hers too. But I'm not gonna obviously go ordering that stuff. If I can try it out first, and make sure it's gonna work, and then if I don't like it, I'm not stuck with 2 of them.
Number 40, Young, is called for a penalty. The ball spotted at the 34-yard line. 4:29 to go.
There's that. Okay, there's that. It's gotta be a frame rail.
Crabtree heating up. A gain of 19 for the veteran wide receiver. Like to welcome those of you who saw the Titans take on the Bills. Andrew Cadillac, James Lofton, John Shriffen, Gene's territory. Our entire crew here in Cleveland. Ravens down by 3 with 3:40 to go. From the 41 of the Browns, Flacco right back to the air. One line out. And slips a tackle. And with a 35 to steal his legs.
Okay. You know what? Since I've got so much stuff laying around, I'm gonna end up just installing the tactic radio back into her Jeep now, so it's ready. I know we don't need it right this second, but we're gonna put it in there. Okay, there's that. So, Brooks Jeep is born. It's got a semi chassis. Alright, so those are those pieces. Let's set this out of the way. And let's leftover screws. Where did these long screws go? These long screws go. Back while we can. Okay, I'll go for a battery change and we're moving on. So, next step I've done here is, let me show you, is I've taken apart the shock tower, taken the tires off. Took the shock tower off this side. What's going to happen is this mount's going to go right here like this. I'm going to take this screw out. It's going to use one of the screws that goes in the support, and that's what's going to hold the shocks onto our Jeep. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted up now, and then do the other side. A little bit of a challenge working on it without the links now. My aluminum skid plate, I had a hard time actually finding aluminum skid plates. And I ended up getting it from RC Mart, but of course, I've got to wait for the China boat. So, I got an email a couple days ago that said it on the boat. It'll be 7 to 10 days. So hopefully soon, that comes in. And once I've got that, I'll really be able to go. That'll have the battery tray in that package, the servo relocation, and by then I should have a functioning at least chassis. I know I can only do so much this week because I won't have those parts, so I'm going to put what I can on now today, and then any free time I get this week to be spent on trying to get this body painted up and having it ready to go. But I want to get as much of this the mounts and stuff mocked up so I can actually take a look and see what my expectations are really going to be for the what I got to cut on the body, what I got to modify on the body to get this body to go on here. So I'm not going to reuse The original shock mount's got flat kind of panhead screws. I'm not going to use those since this mount doesn't need it. I'm going to find me some real old flats that are about the same size. That is it right there. So I'm going to use this. I'll do some research first. There's going to be a problem. Put some sort of spacers in here for these shocks. Yeah, see, they're put out on the stock shock towers. This camera up a little bit so you can see, I guess. On the stock shock towers, as you can see, it's recessed and notched here. Here it's not. You can kind of see. Let's see, check that out. You'll see I don't have that, so I'm going to have a heck of a time. I'm going to have to space that out to make that work. So we'll have to see what we got to do there. Mine just really seem to hold, so I'm interested, really curious to see how this mount works. The old shock, and with the new, now I'm going to repack these with green slime, but for now I'm just mocking stuff up because again I want to get this body on here and I need to identify anything I need to modify in this body before I start the paint process, in case I've got to do anything, take apart places where I've got to paint. And I think I'm gonna, because I'm gonna need a back mount. I'm gonna probably order a aluminum one for it. So if I do, I'll be taking the shocks back off anyway. Okay, so there's that. Let's see, how did Knight's Custom show? Okay, they are showing a spacer.
That's the third carry today for the 2016 Heisman Trophy winner. Jackson will come out in 2nd and 12, inside 5 minutes to play in overtime. Justin Tucker hoping for a chance to win the game. His 12-career game-winning kicks in the final 5 minutes of regulation.
Let me see what I have that I can use to space that I'm off with. I guess I've got lots of washers. I might do these for now. And then changes down the road. I think these will solve my problem, at least in the meantime. They show a spacer on Knight's Customs page, some sort of black, black piece of plastic or something, but looks like 5 washers will be enough to give me the gap required. Now I do need to find, Knight's Customs recommends using a spacer bar that goes between these mounts. I've got to find a bar somewhere online that I can put in there, or go to the local hobby shop and see what they've got to actually support these between. And you'll see, once it's complete, you'll see what they're talking about. Their picture really, they got a picture on their site that shows. But you'll be able to see justice about what I'm referencing here once I get both sides done. Oh, nope. We're not going to have. Need to go more washers than that. 5's not enough. The shock body can still rub. I need to get me like a little DeWalt 12 volt screw gun. Some of these screws just suck. Okay, so I've got 5 washers on there now. I'm probably gonna go 3 more. I'm definitely gonna try to find some sort of stainless or plastic spacer to use. There's tons of stuff in the kit. On the Ready to Run kit comes with tons of extra part trees. So I bet I got something in there that would probably do what I'm looking to do. We'll have to take a look and see. Let's see. Nope, still not enough. We're going to have to go at least 10 washers. Like I said, this is obviously now at this point probably going to be a temporary thing because I don't like having that many washers on it. But, I'll do some digging in the parts trees and see what I can find. Ooh. No. So, I'll show you one side complete. There you go, we got the King Shock mounted. Again, we'll probably have to do some adjustments, some tweaking as we go through this. But that's why we're trying to mock it up today. At least get the basics installed so I've got something to start working with here. And I'll take off the other side shock tower. You know what? I don't need the shocks. Let's just take that tower. Okay. So it drops that shock. Nope. There we go. So the spacer bar they're talking about goes in between here and here to kind of strengthen this up, which as you can see it's got some flex and play in it. So I'm gonna have to find something to go through there. Okay. Fishing for another 10 washers. One, two, three. Alright, got some king shots. We can't mount the shock towers to Brooks yet because we don't have those pieces. So we're just going to run that back cross member. We'll see if I can order a blue one for her Jeep. Caps is blue their favorite color. Just getting an aluminum one from the start, called a day. Let's see here.
That's what we call a huge drag. Seriously, that's what we call it. And we cover it. Lock farms. We know it.
Yeah. Okay, we got that in place now. Now I'm going to just go ahead and put the tires back on. Just to simplify the amount of pieces I got laying everywhere here. I'm just heating it up. That. Alright, we've got some shocks. Just gotta get these up in here, the skid plate, in a much better spot. But got flex. Alright, I think that's about all we can do for today. I guess I'll show you how that mount's going to go in here. So this is going to go in here. That. And this will ultimately glue to it. And that'll be that. Hey guys, I'm back after a little food nap on the couch and watching my Browns win. So what I decided to do now, I was just looking online.